is a toilet? According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a toilet is a large bowl attached to a pipe that is used for getting rid of bodily waste and then flushed with water, which can be a bit confusing. More specifically, a toilet is a sanitation fixture used for the disposal of human urine and feces. Toilets are often found in a small room referred to as a toilet, bathroom, or lavatory. A toilet can be designed for people who prefer to sit or for people who prefer to squat. My research is on the upright sitting toilet. The history of the toilet. Toilets and sewers were invented in several parts of the world, and Mohenjo-Daro circa 2800 BC had some of the most advanced, with lavatories built into the outer walls of houses. These were primitive, Western-style toilets made from bricks with wooden seats on top. They had vertical chutes through which waste fell into street drains or cesspits. The toilets were only used by the affluent classes. Most people would have squatted over old pots set into the ground or used open pits. Here's a stone toilet found in 8th century BC house in the city of David, Jerusalem. This is a toilet from Ostia Antica, a large archaeological site close to the modern suburb of Ostia. That was the location of the harbor city of ancient Rome. Roman toilets, like the ones pictured here, are commonly thought to have been used in the sitting position, but sitting toilets only came into general use in the mid-19th century in the Western world. The Roman toilets were probably elevated to raise them above open sewers, which were periodically flushed with flowing water, rather than elevated for sitting. Garderobes were toilets used in the Middle Ages, most commonly found in upper-class dwellings. Essentially, they were flat pieces of wood or stone spanning from one wall to the other with one or more holes to sit on. These were above chutes or pipes that discharged outside the castle or manor. Garderobes would be placed in areas away from bedrooms to shun the smell, and also near kitchens or fireplaces to keep the enclosure warm. Next came along the chamber pot, which were in common use in Europe from ancient times, even being taken to the Middle East by Christian pilgrims during the Middle Ages. During the Victorian era, British housemaids emptied household chamber pots into a slop sink that was inside a housemaid's cupboard on the upper floor of the house. By the 16th century, cesspits and cesspools were increasingly dug into ground near houses in Europe as a means of collecting waste, as urban populations grew and street gutters became blocked with the larger volume of human waste. Rain was no longer sufficient to wash away waste from the gutters. With the onset of the Industrial Revolution and related advances in technology, the flush toilet began to emerge into its modern form. A crucial advance in plumbing was the S-trap, invented by Alexander Cummings in 1775 and still is in use today. This device uses the standing water to seal the outlet of the bowl, preventing the escape of foul air from the sewer. His design had a sliding valve in the bowl outlet above the trap. Joseph Bram began his professional career installing water closets/toilets that were based on Alexander Cummings' patented design of 1775. He found that the current model being installed in London houses had a tendency to freeze in cold weather. He improved the design by replacing the usual slide valve with the hinge flap that sealed the bottom of the bowl. He also developed a float valve system for the flush tank. Obtaining the patent for it in 1778, he began making toilets. The design was arguably the first practical flush toilet, and production continued well into the 19th century, used mainly on boats. George Jennings established a business manufacturing water closets, salt-glazed drainage, sanitary pipes, and sanitary ware at the Parkstone Pottery in the 1840s, where he popularized the flush toilet to the middle class. At the Great Exhibition at Hyde Park in 1851, George Jennings installed his monkey closet in the retiring rooms of the Crystal Palace. These were the first public pay toilets, and they caused great excitement. During the exhibition, 827,000 visitors paid 1 penny to use them. For the penny, they got a clean seat, a towel, a comb, and a shoe shine. By the end of the 1850s, building codes suggested that most new middle-class homes in British cities were equipped with a water closet. Another pioneering manufacturer was Thomas William Twyford, who invented the single-piece ceramic flush toilet. The 1870s proved to be a defining period for the sanitary industry and the water closet. The debate between the simple water closet trap basin made entirely of earthenware and the very elaborate, complicated, and expensive mechanical water closet would fall under public scrutiny and expert opinion. In 1875, the washout trap water closet was first sold and was found as the public's preference for basin-type water closets. By 1879, Twyford had devised his own type of the washout trap water closet. He titled it the National and became the most popular washout water closet. Contrary to popular legend, Sir Thomas Crapper did not invent the flush toilet. He was, however, in the forefront of the industry in the late 19th century and held 9 patents, 3 of them for water closet improvements such as the floating ballcock. His flush toilet were designed by inventor Albert Giblin, who received a British patent for the silent valveless water waste preventer, a siphon discharge system. Crapper popularized the siphon system for emptying the tank, replacing the earlier floating valve system, which was prone to leaks. It was only in the mid-19th century, with growing levels of urbanization and industrial prosperity, that the flush toilet became a widely used and marketed invention. Although the flush toilets first appeared in Britain, they soon spread throughout the continent. In America, the chain pull indoor toilet was introduced in the homes of the wealthy and in hotels soon after its invention in England in the 1880s. Flush toilets were introduced in the 1890s. William Elvis Sloane invented the flushometer in 1906, which used pressurized water directly from the supply line for faster recycle time between flushes. The flushometer is still in use today in public restrooms worldwide. The vortex flushing toilet bowl, which creates a self-cleansing effect, was invented by Thomas Stewart of St. John, New Brunswick in 1907. Philip Haas of Dayton, Ohio, made some significant developments, including the flush room toilet with multiple jets of water from a ring and the water closet flushing and recycling mechanism similar to those in use today. Now, there are all kinds of toilets. There are automatic flushing toilets, toilets where you can add a bidet to clean your bottom hole, toilets with adjustable seat temperatures, toilets with LEDs, and even golden toilets. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed learning about the toilet as much as I did.